Hello, members of the internet, and welcome to this video where today I have a Prius, which I'm walking away from for some reason. Let me take your rear bumper off, okay. Yeah, I found this at my junkyard. It was surprisingly complete as a car, other than the engine and stuff, which is normally missing. I did a partial restoration on it here, and I still couldn't get it to start, so I eventually just gave up. Ultimately, the plan was going to be get this started, and then I can start the video and restore it, but I can't even get it on the dyno because it won't start for some weird reason. And it doesn't say oil. You'd think if that was the problem, it would tell me it was needing oil. Anyway, there's a lot of newer vehicles I've got in the mods in this game, so we can have an exploration and see what we can find. Now, we have the famous forklift here with a V8. I think I already have one of those, so. Also, around here we have a Crown Victoria. How complete is it? Not very by the looks of it. Not that I would have bought it anyway, because I'm looking for new and interesting things, even though it does mean reloading the junkyard. And you can sometimes find interesting stuff in here. You know, maybe that'll give you an idea of the variety of cars available. I'm hoping there's something that comes around. Satsuma left headlight, getting any hints yet? And what else do we have? If we look round here, ooh, tins and cans and bottles on the ground. If we look round here, we can. Oh, if only you could just stick that to anything. Like the Mustang doodad looks so cool. There's a window there, but I don't think you can repair them. Some of this stuff will be useful even if you can't repair it though, like the inline 6 camshaft, 17-inch wheels. I don't know. I'm going to make a mess of wheels. That is pretty certain by this stage. I'm just going to find some various ones from a junkyard and attach them to tyres and then attach them to whatever car I get, basically. And hope it works. V6 fuel rail. I don't know, it's in good condition. I'm going on a bit of a shopping spree at the same time, but thankfully everything is so cheap here, it doesn't really matter. We can get various bits. V8, yeah, I'll probably use that. 20 inches, yeah, sure. Prius front bumper, very low condition though, and you can't repair bumpers. We've got air filter cover. I don't think you can repair them, or maybe you can. It is a cover. You can't. I know you can't repair the air filters. But the cover, perhaps, you can. We have an air suspension shock. I'm not sure what you can do with that, but I wouldn't feel too hopeful about repairing it. We have 14-inch wheel. Yeah, if I can repair that, I can make use of it. Rear muffler B. I should be just buying a car, but there's so much junk here. And I guess in the literal sense, there's so much junk here that I feel inclined to buy because I have use of it. Or I don't have use for it, but I'm just needing to waste money. BMW bits in this car. They do look like BMWs though, so it actually makes sense for once. We have belt tensioner. Yeah, that's probably useful. Again, if I can get it repaired. What's in this big pile here? Rear suspension arm. If only if it was slightly better condition, I could probably do something with that. Ooh. I see a car over here. Ooh. A Ford pickup truck. Saying about using that inline 6 part. This has an inline 6. Probably not very complete though. Also, I think these had bench seats to begin with, but I'm not sure the game supports them. It's not my ideal vehicle to find here, though. I think we can find more interesting stuff because there's a lot of old American cars in this game. And that's front differential for a W12. I believe that's for a Bentley DLC, although I could be wrong there. And I don't have the Bentley DLC, so it's a bit pointless me buying that. Engine block, I think that's with the Dodge DLC. I do actually have that, so I'll buy that. And what else? Ibishu hopper trunk. Yeah, you get the idea. I've added a few stuff since I last came on this game a long while ago. Rear muffler. I'll get that scoop air filter. It's not the best condition, but I might be able to use it on someone else's car because it's reasonable at least. And what do we have in here? Gearbox for a V6. Leaf spring, but it's too low condition to be of any use. We have a 14-inch wheel. Sure, try and save that. And then we have what looks to be a very low Chevy Impala. Is it a Chevy Impala? Or is it? No, it's a Lincoln Continental. Okay, and it's very, very cheap. Problem is, it looks very incomplete as well. As much as I do like it, what do we get from the condition? We can see in overview mode, I think, that one of the suspension leaves is really poor. One of the tyres is poor, but the tyres are okay. None of the tyres will be used anyway. Ooh. If that's showing what I'm thinking, I can just about see through that engine, and there's next to nothing down there, but what there is down there is pretty low quality. So no particular finds this time round, unless whatever this is interesting. It's an inline 6, that's for sure, and it's a ute. It seems kind of interesting, I'll give it that. Kind of interesting. Nothing it's giving me, other than that rear wheel hub, which I don't think is particularly expensive. Same with that plate back there. I don't think they're particularly expensive. I'm more worried about the bits missing. But we do get a radiator. And it does look like a complete vehicle, so that's something. We could try a project, though, and I want a car that's in really neat condition. I know it's a lot to expect from a junkyard, but I just want a car that's in neat condition. Ooh! Speaking of, I was going to say rear wheel hub. That's a throttle. Oh well. What else do we have in these junkers that we can save? And no conditioned parts there. And what do we have? Ooh! Radiator fan housing. And the feel. I'll buy that. Although I could probably not repair it. I don't know. No. That wheel's far too big to be of any use to me. Wait. Ooh, let's see in this little thing. No, can't look in there? Okay. Let's look in here. Mitsubishi Eclipse front headlight I saw. And anything in this junker? Ooh! Inline 4 engine head. That is nice. I hope I can save it. So, what else do we have that's maybe of use? I think we've looked in here. Let's look in this one. That is a Luxor Bowen hood, but that is like really nice condition. Even if it isn't 100%. How would a car get scrapped with a hood just that nice? It's beyond me, really. But anyway, I think if we go continue, return to garage, I should be asked if I want to buy this stuff, and then I'll go to the junkyard again. Okay, so I said I was going to go back to the junkyard. Instead, I've actually decided to come to a barn, because the chances of finding nice condition parts and cars like that are much higher. And we already have a Bronco over there, and look at how nice it is. I mean, you can see over here that it's not a bad car. We have all kinds of doodads to search through. So that's what I'm going to do. Cam gear of an inline 6. Ford GT front end. Probably won't need that. We'll go with a exhaust pipe, sure. I mean, why not? I don't see any particular need to refuse this stuff. It's going to cost more, but the chance of it being cheaper than buying it new is going to be much lower. Celine S7 headlight, we won't need that because we don't have any supercars yet of the sort. Ooh, I've seen a car I like, and that's 18 inches. quite big, but I may have a use for it sometime down the line. We have a paintable low poly wreck thing, it said. What is that? Tow truck window door rear. Okay. In here, junk. So we say. Some of it really is quite poor condition. Come on, click on the junk. That just sounded a bit wrong. Get the Vault Atlanta hood. I like this. Apparently there's a few bad parts in the suspension, but overall, it doesn't look too bad, as you would expect from a barn find, really. It's cheap as well, mind. Honda S800. I'm quite interested in this, I will admit. So it again doesn't say the condition, but there's much more chance I'm going to be able to get it started. Can we sit in here? Oh yes we can. It's such a tiny vehicle. It's basically the sports car equivalent of the Mini, and it was released around the same time as well. Although I say that, it's probably a more sports car equivalent of the Honda N360, which was Honda's Mini of the time. And what do we have here? Nothing that I've not seen. What about this? Again, we seem to get a surprisingly complete D8, and no, that radiator is definitely a rusted mess, but it shows it as being perfectly fine here for some reason. Maybe it's the parts that will work, as opposed to parts that won't work or something, or repairability of them, I don't know. So how much is this going to cost? A little more than the Honda, but I feel the Honda's probably going to be a bit more interesting in that it's a light rear-wheel drive thing. This is just another muscle thing. We've seen certain other vehicles like it. Well, it's kind of more an SUV, I guess you could say, because it's on a ladder frame and everything. We have Lincoln Continental headlights. No, can't remove the roof. Oh, I think you can in the real car when you buy it, but not here. I think we're going to get the Honda S800 then. Are those lights on? No, I think it's just the lighting in the game. Come on. Go to my garage. And then we shall leave the barn. Is it here? Oh yeah, return to garage. Buy parts. And we'll see what we can repair out of what we got. So, here we have our Honda. I didn't actually look in the boot. Yay, there's no dead body in there. That's always a positive. Anyway, we can move it to, hopefully, the free lifter. Or, actually, no, the dyno. Cannot start the engine. I have had a car in the dyno before, so it's not a game error. It does, the dyno does work. I wonder if, because the engine's more complete, though, we can use our examine tools on it. Ah, engine needs to be complete. So is it missing something off the bottom? I know, I need to try restoring my parts, but I have to just double check to see if I can work this out quickly. But the wheels are wreck there, but it shouldn't really affect it as long as the engine's functioning. That's my belief, at least, for the dyno. We've got everything here, though, that needs to be here by the looks of it. I guess it could be down to just something like the oil filter or the starter being truly dreadful condition. That's 21%, so that's not too dreadful. That you have to be in the engine bay to access, I don't know. To the repair desk. You can get repaired, so can you, and you. Things are going too well. I had to say something. My guy's little floppy hands repairing everything. Ow. Those poor parts. All we wanted to do was get repaired. Ah, you can repair the fan housings. That's a positive change to what I thought. Now, bottom suspension arm. I'm hoping this gets repaired. Because it's quite a useful part. Yes, indeed. Did I save a supercharger? I don't know. I don't remember collecting a supercharger. So, if we go to assemble mode, is there something missing that I need to... There's fuel filter. So, the fuel filter's missing. Maybe that's why it wouldn't start. Either way, missing a fuel filter is still better looked after than the junkyard cars. That's for sure. So, if we go to tablet, it takes a while to load the shop up, I do apologise. Fuel filter, there we go. So I think if we go add, do we need the exhaust manifold as well? I already had a fuel filter apparently. Exhaust manifold. I believe these had motorcycle engines in real life, just for motorcycles, but they still made reasonable power, something like 60 horsepower or whatever, which doesn't sound like a lot today, but at the time it was actually quite decent. Now, can we use our tools on it? There we go, finally got them. So, compression tester, can you give me anything? Made a noise that time, which is something. So, I think all this stuff should be good to go, honestly. Some of it is really nice condition. All that stuff is good, so we need to go to examine tools again. OBD. We don't have an OBD port, which makes sense. It's an old car. Fuel pressure test. Okay, you give me a try. See if you can get anything from it. Fuel rail is 14%, so that would explain it. Our multi-point fuel rail is not good. Oh, fuel rail is this part. I'll have a look at what I think is in intake manifold though as well, just to make sure. Yeah, intake manifold and fuel rail are both pretty terrible parts. So, I think we have another one of those. No, we don't. It's multi-point injection, apparently. I don't believe that is true. Intake manifold. Fuel rail is what we need next. I think it's probably this last one I bought, but I bought both types to make sure. And oh dear, no. It's inline 4 multi-point injection. Where have I messed it up? I can't even seem to buy a manifold. Seriously. Inline 4. I bought a direct injection. They're nigh identical, but I bought one that wasn't the correct one. So that's the thing. Come on, I just want to get you working. Then I can try and sell you for a profit or something. Multi-point injection. Oh, I already had one. That's money thrown away. So, we need to go on part and mount, examine tools, fuel pressure test. Will you work now? Well, I think it worked before, but it gave me the point that parts were terrible. Yeah, now it gives me that they're all 100% working fine. Can we move the vehicle then? Should that have fixed it? Have we added enough, I wonder, to save it? No oil in the engine. That is progress, though. The car is definitely working. Oh, no. I just remembered, though. We do have to drain the other oil. So, move equipment to car lifter A. Oil drain. Use equipment. Don't tell me you ain't got an oil pan. No, it's got an oil pan. Use equipment. Okay, it must just have no equipment. No equipment. I mean, no oil in the car. But it's best to check anyway, like I've done so. It didn't take much to get this engine running, though. I will admit. It was mainly just on this side. Just 2 parts needed replacing, which is pretty good. And I didn't pay too much more than a junkyard car. I actually paid probably the same as I would have anyway. Alright, so I don't know if that's enough oil. There's probably a meter somewhere on the screen that I just completely missed. But anyway, I think it should be enough to get it running. So move it to the dyno now, and we can finally see how much power this thing makes after all of that time. Since it was new in the 60s. Look at that. It's so tiny. I just like this thing. It's so cute. Such a cute little car. Anyway, to our computer. It's got my approved beige keyboard and some generic monitor from however many years ago. One dyno. $43 horsepower. So, yeah. I don't think that's too great. We make now, was it less than half what we made from the factory? That is not an impressive power output by any means. But nonetheless, I think we can take it out to the track. Provided it's not too much of a wreck to drive. Which it shouldn't be. I hope. Main gates. Abandoned airport. Well, it seemed to accept that easy enough. And off we go. There's just no power. This is what it feels like to have nothing. Oh, it's gaining a bit faster now. Now it's into the higher RPMs. Whoa. How is it wobbling? Oh, the suspension is decrepit and old. Can we go through the tyres? No, you can't. We can change the camera. Come on. Getting stuck in the low RPMs is no fun. You can just see the spare tyre poking out underneath the bumper. I mean, where else were they going to put it in this car this tiny? To think the S2000 was a successor to these as well. The S2000 is a tank in comparison. There's just not too much to say. I mean, it handles well, amazingly, for a car on really skinny, really old tyres. I mean, just look at that rear wheel. It's solid brown crust. It's not fresh because the wheel is supposed to be silver. Not that there's anything wrong with a brown wheel. It's just when the wheel is legitimately supposed to be silver and it's brown, that's when you know you have a problem. And whoa, can we go over 100 kilometers per hour? It's low expectations here, but then for a car with under 45 horsepower, what can you expect? Oh, come on, you can't even hit 90 kilometers per hour. It's not even miles per hour. Wait, maybe in this gear? We got a bit of a boost when we shifted up, or when the game shifted up. Yes, we've done it! How am I going to get this thing stopped on these tyres with these brakes? The thing is, this is at least light. Unlike an old muscle car, they are not light and they are not getting stopped. That's for sure. So we can go into a kind of cinematic camera by the looks of it, as it slowly cruises off the screen. Whoa, there's the brown wheel. And inside the interior. So, back to the garage we go. I don't know if we could sell this for a profit now. I know it sounds like a ridiculous idea because all I've done is get it working, but, you know, it's better than nothing. The car at least works now. I mean, it adds value in real life if you just get a car working and then sell it. Because that's all some people want, a working car, and they don't want to care about it too much. Not that this should be the kind of car you think of like that, because it's not supposed to be disposable. It's supposed to be a bit more cherished. And here it is. Still in the dyno room somehow. So if we go with car status, we can maybe make a little money. But I don't know. It's not much of a profit, is it? So I don't know. I think the best thing we can do at this stage would be to move it to car lifter A and take it apart, really, because I think most of it must be here. I believe everything has to be 15% or more for a car to work even, so as much as there's the odd chance I'll mess up a part or two, there's equally the chance I could repair a lot of it and save the messing. I think if we take this off though, I'm going to drain the oil immediately after to avoid making too much mess. Because I did fill it up with oil. I don't know if that cost me. If it does cost me, it shouldn't be by that much. As you can tell, I'm pretty rich at this stage. And that's a bit stupid of me. No. Place equipment back. I was trying to press escape on my keyboard, but it was doing nothing because for some reason that wasn't programmed in as a key to use. Anyway, we need to use equipment, drain oil, and move equipment, place equipment back. I think if I take the engine down from below, that should be a good starting point. Being an inline 4, it should be very simplistic and easy to do. There should be less to buy from the shops. Makes less editing for me if something goes wrong. Steering rack has to stay in place. So try and reach under here. Yeah, how would you fit a human hand in there though? Such a tightly engineered car, that's the thing about it. The Mini was different. The Mini was engineered specifically to give space to the passengers, but everything there would be on the very front of the car. And I guess for the same reason this is going to be hard to work on. That will probably be hard to work on. Come on. Then maybe crankshaft. No, crankshaft apparently can't come out. Really? No? Okay. So, hey, car lifter. Mischievous thing, you. I think we need to now remove our newly added bits. But as I say, I'm feeling pretty good. What we had to add, but that was about 3 parts. No, 4 or 5 maybe, actually, on a car that was otherwise complete. So that's not going to cost the hugest amount of money. Even if they are expensive parts. Get rid of these wad caps. Come on. Your single overhead cam, do not challenge me. You're getting removed. And when you get removed as well. Ah. We need to remove the the front timing gear, if I can ever put words together. And this belt needs to come off. Water pump, not yet. Right, so idler roller A. Timing cover, that one can come off. Water pump can come off now. Whoa, some of them are 12%. I just noticed that. Well, that's not very good for my hopings. Still a lot of good parts on here though. And the engine head. Something that I'm hoping is good, although I think I might already have a single overhead cam engine header. Those wires are pretty good condition. Unfortunately, I think I'll have to rebuy them. Spark plug. Spark plug. Again, a lot of these bits can't be replaced, but they're cheap, so who cares? And piston with con rods. All of you can come out. Do-do-do. Oh no. It's not letting me grab it. There we go. So, alternator, you can come off. Then all we've got to do when we've taken this out is see what we can repair. I mean, I guess technically there is an engine stand, but I'm doing fine here as it is. So, that's something. Right. Anything else we need to take out? I think there's some bottom end. And that was it. Come on. So, yes, indeed. No, you don't want to come out. Wait, why is it stuck there? I am on remove parts mode. Try removing the drive shaft and the gearbox then. Maybe it's somehow attached to them. I guess it's a possibility. Doo-doo-doo. Clutch release bearing. Hopefully we can repair all this. Because I don't want to be the one who has to suffer from failed parts down the line. Bring that off. While we're under here, to be honest, I feel I might as well just get the exhaust bits off. Oh, this doesn't look good. No, it's okay condition, actually. Got a V8 muffler to tame the beast that is. As my phone's going crazy. My in-game phone. And there we go. So now, we should have a reasonable level of parts. Ooh, come on. A lot of stuff showing up. Come on. Oh, I heard destruction noise. I don't like that. I saved the gearbox though in the engine head. That's good. And I think the engine block as well. Oh no, here's the block. Oh, thankfully we saved the engine block. I was quite worried about that, I will admit. Engine block. Oh, we need to be in the engine bay, which we are apparently not now. Or under the engine bay. Come on. Wait, we were just in that view then. But it's saying now we need to be in that. I don't know. There we go. Well, it has finally got in place. Yeah, I've got some good ones now. Some good parts now. Water pump. Alternator. 100% you go in. Front exhaust section. I don't know. That's not showing up at all. Ah, no, I have to be under the car. It's okay then. It finally makes sense. I think one thing I do need, though, that I believe I know, is wings. I think I'll need some of these. And then some pistons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm ordering 5 because I don't know why. I guess because I like having spares. And that, my whining sound is quite annoying. But hey, I'll bear it. It's easier than taking the engine out. Quite a few of the high ticket parts have been saved. Not that one though. It doesn't matter too much because the exhaust pipes are cheap. Do-do-do. Ah, we can put some of these in. But there's not much point. It's just not an efficient way of doing things. So again, we go down to put the pistons in. Which we can do now. This should be able to allow us to mount the top end of the engine. I'm not sure if I saved any pistons. I probably saved 1 or 2. The piston wings, I think, are far less savable. But I just bought them up anyway because I like knowing that everything is fresh here and that I won't run out when it actually comes to mounting them. Come on. We can put the engine head on. So I didn't have another one of those, but I saved this one, which is all good. We have camshaft. You can drop in there. This was a new part anyway, as was the fuel rail. So, other than being used once for my testing, they are brand new parts. Has the throttle been saved? No. The inline 4 throttle is now fried. It's the risk you have, though, of trying to save these vehicles. You can sometimes mess them up. Thankfully, I think all the high-ticket parts, as I've said, have been saved. So it's not just the cheap parts that have been saved, which wouldn't be very useful at all. There we go. We've got some spark plugs I already had. And then we have some camshaft caps. I called them rod bearings earlier, I think. Camshaft cap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 even. You know, I don't really pay too much attention to the amount I buy anymore. I just key a random number in that's bigger than the number that I need. Like here, there was 5, but I couldn't tell for certain whether I needed 5 or 4 of them. So I'm just like, I'll just add a few on the end. It'll be fine. Close enough. We'll go with a camshaft cap here. So none of those could be saved, which was interesting. That cam gear may be useful at some point. Cam gear, inline 4 single overhead cam. I might use it on a customer's car, just give it them back like that or something. If I can get away with it. Timing belt, okay. Belt. Inline 4. I think I just need belt, inline 4, single overhead cam, don't I? No. Inline 4. No, it's belt, inline 4, single overhead cam. It seems to be what I need. Timing belt, inline 4, single overhead cam. Okay. There we go, I finally found it. Took my time, but I got it up eventually in the end. And engine head cover. We have amazingly 3 of those in immaculate condition. From where, I'm not quite so sure, but hey, we have them. And they work. Belt tensioner. Again, like all these little bits I didn't save, but I saved the main parts, that's what matters. Belt tensioner, you can plop in here. I save the timing cover. I guess not the hardest part to save though. Roller. Idler roller A. Probably need a B as well. Or maybe not actually. Screw that in. Crankshaft pulley. I'm having to buy everything now. It was fine for a short while. Crankshaft pulley. I think it's just pulley. No, it must be in line 4 then. Of all the ones I can see most relevant. And indeed I was correct. So we need belt inline 4. 17 belt inline 4 single overhead cam. There we go. I somehow found it. There we go. Serpentine belt A. Need one of them. Yeah, I ordered something else, kind of, but I was just like, hey, let's go through with this. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, it will take more time not to buy it. And again, time is more efficient than... Wasting time is more efficient than wasting money at this stage. So I think for the next part we need to lift it up again. The engine is beginning to look complete. As I say, it's just a bit more messing around trying to remove it from the car, which is why I don't bother. Wad cap. And we have another wad cap. We have crankshaft bearing cap. Wad cap. Crankshaft bearing cap. Wad cap. There we go. Oil pan. That was saved. And there we go. Front exhaust section. Do we have an oil filter? No, we need an oil filter inline 4 then. The exhaust stuff can wait. A nice Core 2 Duo coloured one. Sure, they thought of me when they made this. I'd like to believe it at least, even though it's probably not true. What's that lump for in the bonnet? Is it actually for the... I don't know what it's for. Maybe it's because I'm looking at it with a different engine than what would have come from stock. The battery does need replacing or charging or something. So, tablet. I'll just buy one for now. Keep things easy. In you go. Ah, wait. I'm being stupid. I think I need to mount the thingy atop the... I think I need to mount the what's it atop the other parts of the exhaust. So V8. V8. I don't know. I'm lost. Ooh. There we go. I found it. That was positive. Middle muffler. So mid is what we need. This is a nice easy car to work on though, I'll say that now. And then we will go with catalytic converter, which we do have some of those on. Front exhaust section for a single overhead cam. Front exhaust. Where are you? There we go. Inline 4 single overhead cam. Basically what this is. And we have all the subframe and everything and front suspension that needs reviving. I think I'm going to the back though now. I'm leaning to just going towards the back. I'll go with some new gearbox bits. Just buy one of each. If I have more than one of good bits because I've saved them or whatever, then so be it. But the way things are, it just seems easier this way. And again, these parts aren't that ridiculously expensive. Gearbox. Again, this is another part I managed to save. And drive shaft. Ooh, I got loads of drive shafts. Where did I get all these from? Probably the junkyard, let's be honest. So, this is a good car. So far, you can see how shiny it is. I think what we need to do is remove the wheels. The wheels may change. As I said, I'll just buy random ones from the junkyard. So, if I've got some other size that work, then so be it. You're going to come off, actually, wheel. So are you on the other side. They should be hopefully repairable. Remove you. And where is the tyre changer? Separate parts. There we go. We'll do that with the other side as well in a moment. I don't think I need to raise this up. These are, again, like the front, reasonably good condition. So I'm hoping I can save anything really integral, really important to the car's existence. Remove that. And then we need to go back to the tyre, take our stuff. Separate parts. There we go. We can move on to this side. There we go. Do. Come on, drum wheel cylinder. You can get removed. No, get removed. Should be the way it's said. I'm beginning to think this car is one of my better investments as of yet. I might not have as much payout from it as taking an entire car from a junkyard and fixing it up, but overall, it's been a very, very enjoyable experience doing this. It's not been, how would I say it? Not threatening, but it's not been difficult. It's not been particularly difficult. It's just a simple longitudinal car, but it's not a V8, so you don't have all the V8 stuff. It's just very, very simple and very good because of that simplicity. I guess an inline six vehicle would be the same as this to that extent, but I don't know for certain. Come on. No. It's okay. I'm being stupid. You have to access it from under the car. That's why. It's also kind of floating right now. As we can take this. Oop. No. We don't need to balance it. We need to take it. And we need to go around this way. But I keep bumping into things. Come on. Please save all me stuff. Ow. I might have saved one of those anyway from a junkyard. I think I saved both wheels. So, what do we need? I should still have the garbagey tyres. And I don't know. We should have some Wim Classics in quite a small size, which are off the car. It's Wim Classic something or other, I think. I'm guessing these 15 inches. No, but they pair with white walls. I need to work this out. So what wheels exactly did that car have? Yeah, it had some kind of 5-lug little sporty things. Nope, we need to install. And lots of Wim avalanches. Oh, there we go. I think they are 12 inches. So we need 12 inches, 155 60R for that. We'll go with standard tyres. I don't see much need in going for really fancy ones. 12 inches. There we go. This seems to be what we need. So if we can get 4 of them, we should be well on our way to fixing up the car. Install. Where are V12s? I think they're somewhere along here. Was it that? I think it was. I think that was one of them. Yeah, and then its friend is just there. So there we go. That will soon be good. Amazingly, the incredibly crusty wheel, though, has been preserved. I would not have expected that in it's quite a turn of events, actually. So just remove this, I would say. Probably the next best step. Remove leaf spring. And remove your shock absorber, and then I'll go and get this wheel balanced. Take... Well, balance. Yes, balance this one. Install. I don't know how the tyres and wheels will end up on this then. If they are actually saved from the standard car, then so be it. But I'm not certain they will be, so I'll make do with what I can. There we go. And we need to do that. Another wheel needs balancing, I'm well aware of that. But I don't think it needs doing right now, as I think I've got enough to go for me. I think by the time I've got the other wheel and everything and started reassembling the suspension, it'll all be done in due time anyway. Remove that. Remove the leaf spring and the rear knuckle. And can we remove that? No. I think we have to remove the drive shaft first. So I guess I shouldn't have added that back in, but anyway, it's not the hardest part to add in or remove. I'll be fine with that. Remove you. And there we go. I think that's the entire rear suspension taken apart. Take and balance you. Yes, indeed. So by this point, we will put that there. I actually have a fair few bits already restored. I think coincidentally. I did actually, I think, repair some of them, kind of halfway through. If I can just build this with already repaired parts, where's shock absorber B? So I need 2 of those. I guess if I can save them, I can save them, but where B? I can save them, but I don't know. And quite frankly, it's probably easier at this point to just stick that in. One of them might have been unsavable. I don't know. Leaf spring. That's what we want. You can go in here like so. Got some very nice drum disc parts here. Not all of them are perfect, but they're pretty close. And look at that for how it fits, eh? That side already, it's just so nice. And I've done that without actually spending much money on it. Come on. So I've saved a fair few more parts here. I think I saved all of those little parts I got into being savable. Take that. There we go. Rear of the car is done. Apply this. Small rubber bushings. Rear knuckle housing. Rear rubber bushing. Rear shock absorber. No. I thought I bought a rear shock absorber. I don't know. I can't remember which one it is, so I'll just buy one of each. They're parts that must have been unsavable. You go with wheel hub. Solid rear drive axle. The last 100% one I've got can go here. Drum wheel cylinder. Got loads of them. And no. I don't want that. We'll go with part removal mode. Brake shoe. And brake shoe, you can come on. Brake drum. And then Rim Retro 2. That is a complete rear suspension, so I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Maybe I'll actually do some more on the interior. I think we can just fit a few minutes of that on. It's nigh on a complete car though, basically. Just some bodywork and front suspension needs doing, and I think it's ready. It really is. Have I? No, there's a garage door. Move car. I want to move it to the garage door, but there we go, garage entrance. Interior detailing kit. Move equipment. Ah, no, wait. I worked something out. I worked something out. So, move car, back to the lifter. Wherever I put the welder. Move equipment to car lifter A, which I'm guessing was the correct one. And use equipment. Only $1,000 to repair the entire thing, or the entire chassis, was a pretty good deal, I would say. How much is it worth now? It's worth 12,000. It's not gained that much. Is there a restoration bonus? No. I'm guessing because the front is so crusty that it's doing that, though. The rear end is very nice. If we remove these bits, though, the bodywork will be done very shortly. At least before the paint, at least pre-paint job will be done. Ah, the radiator as well. That's not done. But the main body of it is done, I think. Yeah, the main car itself is done. We'll go with some other bits. What was I saying? Bodywork, that's it. And then we need to do the interior. And we should really have added that. Exhaust manifold. Thankfully we have a 100% part here waiting. I should have added this a lot sooner. It's part of the integral engine, so, you know. Actually, come to think of it, I could dyno it as well before going, because that would show if I've gained any performance from it. And assemble mode, hood. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good condition it's in, but not good enough for me, unfortunately. We'll go shops. I need to go to the other shop though, so it's going to take a while. I'll just skip through this. Okay, so I've been to the shop and it takes ages to load because I've got loads of mods on, but I did work out there's a few other bits I can remove from here so I can get better condition overall, I guess you could say. There's the bumpers as well, actually. How could I forget the bumpers? I have got the bumper parts, so don't worry about that. If we go with assemble mode, we'll go with right headlights and the left headlight. All new parts available for them. The hood actually looks kind of sporty, but it's unpainted, so, you know, it's not perfect. We'll go with assemble mode again, if I can find assemble mode. And put the window there. Put the front right door there. Front left door. I think there's a mirror as well, somewhere. Well, I'm not sure if there's only a mirror on that side, but there's one mirror in the store. And so that's all I can guess. Assemble mode, right tail light, rear bumper, and left tail light. There we go. Bodywork done. I'm throwing so much money away. I should really just get the interior detailing kit and be done with it. Move equipment, place equipment back. Now where is it? There's an interior detail. Ah, here we go. Is this it? No, it's not. Battery charger. Ah, there we go. Move equipment. Car lifter A, I think it is. And there we go. Use equipment. So that has supposedly detailed my interior. We'll go with the garage entrance A. Now, I think we need some seats. So again, I don't know. I think I'll put some custom seats in. Disassemble mode. Interior disassemble, there we go. Seat charger. Ah, so they like Dodge seats or something. We'll go and see if we can. No. You can't do anything there. Why am I going to the old computer when I've got a tablet? I don't know. But we can go back out of here. And we can go to the interior shop. And that's how we'll finish up. Ooh, you can get a custom bench. Well, those seats don't quite work. But they'll have to do. They'll have to do because I can't be bothered changing it right now. You sit very far back, actually, in them. Yes. King of the road. Chillaxing over those rear wheels. Anyway, that's going to be it for our Honda for today. So, until next time, goodbye, until another day.